No, Marasha, but that's how it's supposed to be, bruh. We shouldn't like pretend to be people we are not.
Yeah.
Joe, there's a company called TechCrunch.
Yeah.
Do you know it? TechCrunch, it's a media company for USA covering specifically technology. Now the 1 hour coverage yabona by breaker into the certain segments based on the topic. And the topic divide the video clip based on Baba Dalaga A. On
Yeah.
So I think because we talked about current affairs. Okay?
Yeah.
So you want to the current affairs because of if we have like 4 topics to discuss, then related those topics so and then they call it kata, then they divide it clip. So
okay.
Yeah, by the 5 minutes clip, long, then discuss something.
Okay.
Hey. Yeah. Editing is not a problem. I get it's I react. There's no script. It's just saying whatever. So no record.
Okay, I have this thing, like this thing I had in my mind about I posted this thing where people would rather sacrifice their kids going to a public school so that they can have affordability to buy a house, affordability to buy a car or all that, or to live a lavish lifestyle. But sacrifice their child's education to do that. Because let's say for instance, I can downgrade from my apartment and go somewhere else so that my child can go to German school or something like that. I don't know if it makes sense. So why do people do that? Do you think it's a good thing that people should do that, or people should think about their child's future first, or like wanna go to a public school or wanna go to a private school? Like, is there a difference there? Like private school, public school, does it matter, or education over education?
It matters to a point. I think but those things but never thought about that syndrome you're about people would rather pay almost 1,000 rand for DSTV instead of that 1,000 rand we tell school feesing someone agree, you know. I don't want to say a better education because of what I realized is that public school or private school, the education is similar. What you're paying for is the network. It's the
thank you.
Network, and then which sometimes doesn't work, you know. Speaking for myself, I'm not talking to anybody that I went to school with.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to school like matric 2006. So, you know, it's one of those things that you'd like for it to happen, but it does not necessarily mean that it will happen. I know a lot of people are getting into the private school, passing where they want to be more successful. I know a lot of people are getting into private school. It's a thing. I mean, the public school, it's thing, and then they making it big in life, you know. Okay. So I think eventually it will boil down to the individual, you know, because a lot of those kids go to private school, they become drug addicts. They become, because of possible, this and this and this and this. You want another thing to work extra hard. You know, I want that push a move along or listen. If I don't work hard, I go fit a So I think that's my take on it, or what I at face value. But a lot of people, by taking this in your hurry, everybody need DSTV, for example. You know, you still get, believe it or not, you still get people today where okay, my key originally new furniture, so I need to get new furniture, or mama originally a new car, I need to get a new car, and you ask yourself
for why? Of the child.
Exactly. Because the school fees is one of those things that, you know, no, as far not as Kolum saying next year or next term. It's a toxic mentality, bro. Like I don't understand it.
Eugene, what do you think about that?
Normally the conversations like typical I really boiled down because Tomako the foundation, and then the foundation start the kids a buy. Just we won't cover them all. Number one, uh, statistically speaking, bana ba bantši ba tsene dikolo tsa kasi ba more productive than bana ba bantši ba tsene dikolo tsa multiracial in terms of percentages. But majority are bana ba tsene dikolo tsa multiracial. Those a certain percentage that did good in life, banally a highest percentage of competitive compared to bana ba tsene dikolo tsa mokas. Those who do good go dikolo. So we are more confused. Do I save now money, give someone about public school, and then by the time 50 tertiary, afford a tertiary level school? Or do I take my child to go a model C school now, and then I banally a foundation growth, a solid, and then I'll see things one day. Yeah. Now expenditure I apply because of one location office the charges one education system in South Africa, we've talked about it. It's a rubbish, and then it has changed because of the people who are about leader education the one I understand then just the same the argument the person some conflict in Zele, do I really need a higher education tertiary or not? Because of the person who are designing metric, the person who designing university, the highest university, one. So, do we need education now, or do we need education? Do we have to send Banavara schools, work on a great foundation, and because education system it's still bad. Like example, a German school. German school, German school from grade 1, Bamuruta German. It's German. Literally, Bamuruta German. And then my grade 8, metric, computer science, keep like a second language or third language or something. Programming. We are programming from school. And programming, obviously, for a competitive advantage. Because of only background of computer. Computer programming.
Any skill already.
Yeah, and it's a lifetime skill. You can't take away that skill.
Exactly. Yeah.
Even speaking another language, that's an advantage. You're already far.
Already,
Exactly. I'm number one, English, a foreign language, number one. 2, if you want to touch German, that's another advantage.
Because I know someone who went to German school, some girl, there's these companies that some are Germany in front mainly in that big city, go steps in. There's this companies guy. Like he got that job so very fast because they needed someone who can translate German. Do you understand? And it was easy for her. And another thing, Kamko, like what you talked about, I feel like there's a thin line between private school and multiracial school. I feel like confused because Cornerstone is a private school, but St. Albans it's something. Cornerstone, but it's a private school. But what St. Albans it's a different level. Do you understand? Because as Rev mentioned Tabayadi networking. Do you understand? For the fact that school is expensive, then means the parents, it's either they hold high positions or they own big companies or they make money. And a minister of education or minister of education or a CEO or something. Do you understand? And they're gonna start hanging out every weekend or whatever. And like, papa ka owner Vodacom or something like that. So you're paying for that. It's not I'm not talking, I can afford Cornerstone, but I'm not big. I'm talking about schools where Range Rover, you know, those type of schools. And so the but healthy, you know those schools, Salamanta, like the top 10 year thing, remember, Modita Beng, or like top most expensive schools. So you're actually paying for that. And already you secured varsity. They know that which varsity are you going to. And like Osha, from there, like
but I feel like Paja system in level nepotism and slight corruption. Because that's what it is.
That's what you pay for.
Because of, so you're paying for that. Sorry, for you to be able to exercise that without being prosecuted for living that way. Because of now, okay, Shapu, wana go gana Hilton. Kichumia, wana smamang who's big. So by virtue of that, not hard work, not what, by virtue of friendship, already,
Yeah.
auto gonna at a specific varsity, and which we just like come coastal and bush, and then because of that, okay, you go that specific varsity, your whole faith, you be part of a network, yeah, but close. So you're
Yeah.
almost uh, uh, um, designed to succeed, not by merit, not by anything, solely because of who you know.
So, but that's how you have to, like, it's how the system works. So
Yeah,
okay,
no.
we're chilling like this, and
Yeah,
you can see the patterns. Bona lone, you need connection and farming. If
yeah.
if you were somewhere else, if you were in Kobo Hilton or whatever, that thing was gonna be easy. And but why do we do that to our kids? At least I know we cannot afford Kobo Hilton right now, right? But why can't you push your kids closer to, I don't know if you get it. Like Jongwanaka obulela score every time, right?
Yeah.
But go high obulela Zulu, but obulela score. But for en hana lechum tsa high, ke advantage. O khona merisa iPad, because ko skolong ba lokela di app on the iPad and then tsa studies. Mara ngwana go buikancho can I do the iPad again, and it's the same age. And
but then how now do we? Sorry, Sean. How now do we, instead of rates, and then how do we get our local schools, okay, not to be on that level, but to become better without relying on the government?
Thing is, Joe,
because of these schools don't rely on the government. Dropping on a helicopter with the ground zone,
no,
you think that guy another tata over the school,
no, because he's funding the school.
Exactly. So now how do we go there? Do we go now and build our own schools, or do we now find a way to upgrade the Golota?
That one is, it's like, Eugene, okay, you can answer that one. You've been quiet.
No, I have been listening. Okay. I get about you've got, I wouldn't have known this thing about you've got 2 years for a reason. So you listen from left and right, and then one mouth. So really one. Can understand. The other day I said, one of our videos, I said, the one thing why it's because of the colors of Kokas. The education system, the structures are on it, they're all outdated. Why are the Tomoko scratching? Then they build a school from the structure, the education system. I mean, one thing I've identified something we have not seen. Private schools are designed to drive profit, and education system a government uses it is derived for the government schools, the private schools. For private schools to make more money because of education system, it's so poor to happen. I don't know high school or a government, but without having no choice, but I think government programs are because of, I said, leadership yarena about understanding education. The one importance of education. But Bowanaba investor, their kids in private schools. So that's the problem. So leadership, I agree, you must lead by example. So Banabadi leadership yarena about any college. They are not in government programs because they know education state, Bowanaba leader, it's wrong. And the best one in college. So the Kono Pelamo, what we talk that a connected economy. Who do you know? Answer.
So, but this thing of building, like, okay, there's no short-term solution to this. This is like something that it's gonna happen gradually. It can happen in a period of 30 to 40 years. That's how damage control is needed in our country.
No.
Just that.
No.
Okay, for instance, let's talk about
not that long.
No, let's talk about building a school. You can build a school. Building a school is easy, right? But the fact that you want to build a school and start your own curriculum or whatever, or the government, it's another fight for 1 year, 2, 3, the regulations, all that.
Look, I don't think the government. It's a method to defeat the government. Look, Braga, Tesla plant 2 million 2 weeks back. Germany. We don't need 10 years.
You need money.
Exactly. The planets are Elon Musk to space in just in a second, and then the spaceship were back again. The professional astronauts said by 15 to 10 years. That one we really within 2 years.
Because there's money.
Yeah. Why school education system is it's another 10 years. I mean, good example, Otomaka Mamelodi High. You approach the school about this is what I'm going to do. This is going to change us. So, what is I get to school holidays or one construction the compound Baba rate. Hey, the quality to Allah, everything else, everything else. Why start? Why rebuild that? Why build the grounds, the classes, the Lomama, or one lot of something. Then if when you're on guiding station now, you start to build my teacher about an more, take them back to training. And then if it's about to send
that's the thing.
Get more. My teacher buy the holidays, buy a training, buy a school.
Training, buy upskill.
Exactly. Introduce more educational subjects from primary, from high school fair.
Yeah.
Introduce more subjects. That's how you increase. Then make it a choice. If you want to enter, or if you make announce it. But now if you want to bring one almost college arena, I attended the classes arena for free. Yeah, is the standards or attend every day. I actually attend school 7 until 2. You're from 7 until 3. And then from 3 after classes until 5. And then only private transport. Only the extra classes on the mama. And good increase. I get the government programs that are from January, February, key sports, and it ends there. Then we focus on the now automatically sports talent. Yeah, Tomaka January, then February. When I run the sports program, whole year.
The whole year, yeah.
The whole year.
Exactly. You know, one thing that I
public schools don't do that. That's sad.
Yeah. When local city varsity, the biggest thing education is that one thing that will take the longest is just to get the accreditation. It takes about 2 years. From developing your course, getting it vetted, getting it quality assured, then getting it registered. That's the most difficult part about all these things. Yeah. Every course that you can teach a child first year, you can dilute it and break it down, and then umurute go high school. But by the time I feel like first year, they already know the fundamentals. So a child in high school can already know how to do taxes, can already know financial management. What's the fundamental starting, and then why dilute that to level your high school? But by the time by feature matric or first year, they already know what they want to do, or they already equipped the financial literacy to survive. You don't. Why should one or afite honors level before you do the taxes high? You know what I mean?
That can be done primary.
Dude, it can't be done. And that's with everything. As long as something can be taught, go first year. It can be taught, go high school.
Yeah.
You just need
they can teach it on a basic level. Do you understand?
Very basic, break it down to basic language. What is the most basic of the concepts, whatever subject that is, it can be taught there. By the time when I feel and then the basic things to allow to achieve
like another example,
they're not doing that.
Microsoft Office in general, this is the things you create begging in tertiary level. But more about root or type or save or mama. That's stupid, but on a tertiary level.
I did Office school high school. I don't want to get Office with the Excel, Access, ready formula, the spreadsheet and all that. Go high school.
It was not a public school, right?
No, it wasn't.
Because even Joe,
yeah,
this thing it's like Joe. If a teacher doesn't know how to use Excel, then our kids are doomed.
Exactly.
Because I mean to say, Lojo, it on the teachers come or they have to go back to training. Because one thing I loved about Cornerstone is that all the teachers have degrees. They made she made sure that all the teachers want only degrees. So one hour I know Rutagi Motwa saying do you understand? But majority of the we work public school, and that's where the problem is. And you live there, when you get to varsity, no number one, go high school how on the basic level. How go varsity or because you started to be confused. Now Tomo Charlie call so because you are the best. Go public school. And when you get to varsity, only the best of the best of the best. But can other top and no matter what change just call study HR and we already science but because now you stressed, that's why kids are killing themselves. You know that a lot of varsity first years are killing themselves. Go UP a lot because Nana UP Joe. A lot of black kids are killing themselves go UP because you get overwhelmed. Bofa Spanish saying where your mind is not even ready to comprehend that type of work. Because they were just giving you but pass at Zamaya. You know that mentality.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then and Hovikawa Joe varsity is overwhelming, Joe. First year it's overwhelming. That's why but foundation high school, primary high school. These kids cannot even critically think. It's not even maths, like something so simple. They can't think about it. And something like emotionally intelligent, they should start teaching it go sub A, grade 1, so that you avoid that, Joe. You avoid that little suicide and all that depression when they get to varsity. But radical and the plan. Now they think it's just a course on YouTube.
Sorry, can I give minister our basic education? NG.
Yeah.
NG. That's a straight.
Straight.
The meeting no longer has a time limit, or did you change it? I just got a notification. I don't know.
No, I just got a notification.
I get notification. How great is Zoom? Kargi breaking setting. That's a story. Me bara ke molego yanali blame. Me bara gore me bali two. Wawa from their look, from their face. Abana that degree thing. One person. Ya or kibadi. One what? Bar. I don't know what's a man. Bar fail drastically.
And about up to date with these people. About up to date. Because you can't say now I really degree. I graduated in 1980, man.
It
What
doesn't
have you
count
done
anymore.
from then to then? You know what I mean? Every couple of years, trying to upgrade, they upgrade. So you go on with the times. That's why most of these leaders are very out of touch. They're really out of touch with what's happening, Hanayano.
I mean, they're not even aware.
They really are.
They're not even aware.
Oh, correct.
They're not even aware.
And what are the
reporting media conferences? It's part of work. That's the most important thing. We ready media conferences. Honor report or the government is doing this. That's not part of work. That's 0.0.1.
Operator Zoom.
My bra.
So what else are you gonna tell me? Do you understand? And the thing is, they recruit people to do this job for them. But I mean, it's sale. And at the end of the day,
but it's the position fair.
I mean, it's but they make the last decisions. That's the thing. That's the scary part about this thing, Joe.
And I think we need to ignore the way our politics, politics and politicians, banally the last say on the operations. The politicians should look after legislations, the passing of laws, not operation of the country. So you can't take some Ogasi Moto was politically elected to run the operation. Moto degree ownership, leadership, that specific industry I focus on more. I mean, for example, Malusi Kigaba Nzeli minister wa Nzeli head ya SAA. Atro SAA yaba minister wa finance. The only thing that he did to increase the tax rate from 14 to 6 to 15, 1%. Now, where is he now?
Sure.
Where is he now? Okay. Naledi Pando was the Minister of Basic Education. Where is she now? Wanamanike Minister of Mama. The positions are politically elected. It's on a dear failure. It's on a dear failure drastically.
That's why Bakunu switch the portfolio. Because you know, a Minister of Health, a Minister of Home Affairs. How are those things even related? Why don't you stay on one portfolio? At least you are an expert in what you're talking about. You know, like the professor, doctors and stuff like that. Nana, I can't be an expert in medicine. But decide that about Minister of Agriculture.
If it's a move, Barry, Minister of Health, you need a bodyguard, you need a convoy entourage. Who is a guy?
For what? For what?
What agriculture? What's so for?
Knowledge I trading, you trading NFL. Is he that important? He's not. Can authorize? Joe, no system doesn't change how it's always.
Now, the thing is, Joe, you don't change legally vote. You know that, right?
Nah.
It's only the people who have money can change this, Joe. Yeah. I don't want to lie. Whether we like it or not.
Yeah. I get reason leadership the term during the 4 years term the first 2 years, Otoma who enjoy the benefit the position moyo. Ne?
Yeah.
The other 2 years assessing go no more otraya who recoup the basic standards. Say you know that run a maintain operation. The last year, that term high. This last year, Otraya who create every standard, every pocket from department automatic project. Before so more like, okay, she said a lot of man. Already this 4 year term, this person, I see. Politics started this only soccer coaches. High local schemes is better. Maromo feel enough time to build department there. Now Motomo feel a longer term. And then as long as politics it is some interfering, that person will want to go in showing.
But the painful part is damage control. So who can that already kidi quit that 15 years ago? So do the fix and learn how to fix like I fail. It's a never ending cycle.
No, the guys
I think go conclusion. It's on a conclusion at these things.
No, the guys
it's forever.
The guys fail because of the people based on somebody fitting. Comrade. I want to die then. Yeah, comrade.
Yes,
comrade. Well, I want to die
then. Comrade.
Education system won't change because of the highest positions officials. Comrade. And I get the comrades they are raw. Approach into politics. Sabotaging one another. Sabotaging one another. And not thinking of the future.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Exactly. But the mentality, freedom fighters and stuff. No, they did their part, but we don't need that mentality going forward because it's not a building mentality. It was a fighting mentality. Now we need a building mentality. We need young people with fresh ideas.
Joe.
About what you don't have experience, comrade. You don't have experience.
About it, Joe. Yo.
Now,
we don't know word. But experience.
Yeah, Joe.
I was the speaker office. Speaker, sorry. There's a deputy director or speaker's office. Diamond only the secretary say to come office in high. I don't know which television high. The other secretary level a calendar high. The other secretary control computer. Or respond to email. So Diamond Margaret Kanagota, the Pinata ANC. Visit Toto.
Experience on a high. You can experience over there on your own. I will do some Sabalazo. Mono
Peanuts ANC. We sit over. Mara, hate the operation. It's a problem. And then the country arena, it's gonna adopt this thing, the politics, your rule like the politics in the private sector. The private companies, the government. You mabane is a conversation with this lady wa Transnet over procurement. Panel problem here hiring and firing and retrenchment because of politics. Yeah, union has already clinched more operations award. They can't move. As long as the unions, union calling all the shots.
Yeah, union calling all the shots.
That's a problem.
It's a problem.
Yes.
It's like two sides of the same coin because of Pila they were there to stop this whole thing, exploitation and whatnot. Mara hona ne wakra motho a sa ireng mmereko a sa itseng mmereko madi le
What's
phatheng
the
union
Joe?
o palelwa go dila ena because of union. So le yona ke problem yo.
But the same people who run the department as officials are the same main members by union. So these people, they are fighting for their own positions. Survival level, no come government.
Exactly.
How do you got ocean champion education system? Because
Joe.
more that position, they are fighting for their own survival. Look at like new ideas, the proposal to the Department of Education. Or the proposal how answer out because of the
yes, and we will never move forward.
Yeah, they're gonna say no just to save the positions of
yes. Instead of the upskill, in the new world. The policies the 1970 mang. Why do we still have policies that were made apartheid era, 2020? Because of Azanga favor black people and the majority in the first place. But we still sitting this law was passed in 1969. How? At the height of apartheid.
My brother, it's just a hell of a problem.
I received a call. Sorry, guys. Okay, what's my Zoom? I lost my Zoom. Okay. You know what? Like, hello, Lela. So the painful part, ne? Like, there's this lady. She's a pastor. She mentioned something so powerful. Are like a society, it's formed like an aldi pilar, ne? The first pillar it's the church, right? And hota the family, ne? Hota the government, right? Hota the educational system. So we say that that's a society because it has all those things, right? But the one part of the one pillar that everyone in the world is forced to go through, or in that community is forced to go through. Some people might not get married, right? Some people might not start a family. Some people might not go to church or be in government. But there's one pillar that's everybody's forced to go through, and it's the educational pillar. And motayo ba pastor, ufitile high school bill. Motayo ba go government, ufitile high school bill. Motayo hayo nyala, ufitile high school bill. So filter everyone. So none of that thing really corrupt. You're gonna have, like the family, like the marriages are gonna be bad because most people, like families are gonna be bad. Most kids spend 8 hours go school. So the pastor, whatever into I preach and go greging or whatever, is filtered through the educational system. He who preacher lenza bala Bible we bala kam quite a learning go high school or whatever. Look government jo. Into I iranda it's filtered through or get a high school. This is how education is, and this is how I'm gonna govern these people. So Joe, society will never be the same. Government, we have to start afresh and build and plant seeds in our education so that we can government we won't even change marriages and families and whatever. But if we can change because kids spend most of their time there. Go high. Yeah, mentality. This is what I learn, and I got teach the father, or I got teach the mother, or the kids. Do you understand? But people are focusing on marriage. Gender-based violence, give this thing. If they were taught pila go skolo, all those things go high. Ninge this thing if they were taught pila. The pastors it's already fraud or it's already what. Ninge this thing if they were taught pila go skolo. Do you understand? So, Ejo, that's where we should start as Eugene. But it's gonna be one step at a time. We have to do one thing that's gonna cause a change. That's gonna disrupt the educational system. And that's how we're going to get attention of the government. They will never get attention of the government. We have to prove to them like we can do this and this works.
We do it much better than they do. And we do it in such a way that we don't need them.
Yep.
And
then, Curo, I don't understand. Curo just started out of the blue. Nobody got profit, Joe. I'm thinking like, curator guy, like key group which company that decided that when I got to my Curo and do all those things.
It's a church. Curo Greg. The parent company,
So
it's a church. It's a high kereke ya makgowa ba decide gore ne ba nyaka education system ya bona for ruta bana ba bona ba ba tsena ka mo kerekeng ya bona.
I lost the ref. I Oh, I can't see his face. But yeah.
Screen size Jimmy.
Oh.
Curo parent company Curo. Greg. And then Greg opportunity to know how about redonating money into one pot and build a school for the church. Now that business model repeatedly more than once, and then I repeat it more than once. That's when you more and then because of banale zaga they make sure Bible wherever background like and Babuilder an administration team, a finance team, a legal team. These teams you combine every week. Yes, we're not somewhere one approach the government ever fund immediately next week construction at home.
There's a Curo, but build a Curo go the blade inside the blade. I'm like, these people, the model.
Yeah. Business model.
And in Curo is a guy, no, already. No. Happy there's a Curo more Silver Lakes, but they're building a Curo inside the blade.
Exactly. For that community,
Jesus.
So if it is, business model one is flexible. If you go build a Curo, come around the premises are mainly there. You can do that. You can still do that. Push out the government program. And maybe a more, but education, you start giving kids uniform before your code. Start giving them uniform from the tracksuit to the jersey to the cargo to the apart. Then buy it, and then you make sure the standards are how at all times. Uniform here check you hold and hey really chill you ya highway class of then you okra banana school about discipline.
Because education is no longer exciting for these kids, Joe. It's a drag. That's where the problem is. If it's a drag for you to go to school, we do the educational system failed. It's not the kid. Do you understand? Because Kilebella go Nagolaksan 16. Joka can 9 o'clock. They're just chilling outside, go parking. They're not, and it's a lot. Or not give 50% their school, it's outside. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's not exciting about school? Like, this thing's gonna benefit you, but kids don't want to go there. That means it's the approach.
It's nonsense. Why it's supposed to double free period.
Like, I don't get Joe. How could you have a free, like
double?
How could you have a free period?
Double free period before break? Because of teacher at school. Now double free period. So we say on the system here because I spot, but it's there.
And it's still happening, Joe. Like,
and then you on a double free period. Kimo, banawa bunch batomo tuba, batomo jola, batomo latest nasi, and then baba mbabo nagonte. Abasa one the importance also of fruition na school because come shoe according to timetable.
But I'll tell you, double free period.
Who shall lang school? It's original double free period.
No, Joe.
Like regulations how governor ma teacher. They're so in a position near hori abakono hori ma teacher but discipline bana because of my teacher banale we are discipline wana hana the problem. But because of the regulations, they for my teacher mato abakono discipline wana the African way. Katuba leka dasta.
Yeah.
One. Oka betang wana na manuka dasta o tsorisa the law is when as a student.
Yeah.
As a teacher. What? That's the problem. Mara, now I have one formula. Malabanya mo I carry demand or minister of that
yeah, minister right now.
The first response is the second response there was it there are 2.2 million people.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I have a formula. Maybe we're not understand. The 2.2 million people, they were retrenched or about spied. Now I can use those 2 million. Everyone else spy. and there is money for those people. You start building military schools for those people. Military school, Baba Ruta, the military profession way, the standards, the military, and then Batubali separate based on the services, say, body supply, like the tender, cut out process, the tender, say that money, go give it to a military school. If there is a project, go get the military school to go and do that project instead of giving one person Zagaya preaching the little and then if it's a pocket there. That go take that money tender, give it to a military school. Roads project, building projects, give it to military schools. And what they become the military upgrade the infrastructure. Military the processes, the operations, traffic departments are military based, policing are military based. The police are
like they're not inspiring. Like that's why,
yes.
like whole level, like
the border arena has to be military controlled. The government departments arena has to be military controlled. Has to be military. Another example, Home Affairs. But I can have problem Home Affairs. Look at Home Affairs. What's an lie? What's
and
the
line? And the solution is simple, but no one wants to implement it.
Line game.
Like I recent for that place on the line.
24 years down the line after democracy, what's an line?
It's been like that, Joe. It's been like that.
For what? Now, so Allah Home Affairs, you would take these people out of Home Affairs, send them to military program. If unyaga Spain, Mazibugo Anyaga Miracle, high military. IOG.
Yeah, and the book disciplining shit blind. I know, but
and then come all October Ruta, the first thing go to customer get a vote. Take the customer impression, this system process method. Take that person as a voter, and go Home Affairs. Change the rules and regulations to custom setting and lead border setting. You can only do that by having disciplined people. The most highest profitable department, go every department there, keep procurement there, delete procurement there, take it out. Arsanya supply chain, arsanya procurement. Everything else has to go directly to military programs. Then you will have a productive government. Because hey muta asa veriki has not spani. Haka within a pretty 6 months asa veriki. Oyako military school. Babu mutomo muruta ho jima ho shiana ho maintain ho look sampai to what discipline pay. And then I face asana activity more an ongoing project. Security
especially government employees, Joe. Like, give on a really disciplined more than private
sectors. Maragama tapelwa. Ba undisciplined. Tiri dota. Give a bagima, ba twaf.
And about disrespect, Joe. They disrespect the citizens. Rana Jawar Abar
Joe, post office arena is sadly the same nonsense post office here from Kali. Okono Tanoko post office oro o maila something really important. But what's about offline? From what? Offline to from what? Maramoto, Obutaka offline Mariana, WhatsApp. WhatsApp and Facebook. Maroboto.
No, I get what you're saying, Joe.
This kind of people, take them out. Close Home Affairs. It won't take you 6 months to rebuild Home Affairs. Take Home Affairs. Home Affairs should be the Amazon of South Africa. Home post office in terms of delivery. If can a small business, I can take my products through Home Affairs. Home Affairs can come and collect.
You mean post office?
Yeah, post office. That person also early in the morning. If you have disciplined people. Now,
and you know, Singapore, you know, everybody goes to Singapore after high school. You're forced to go through military
program.
Because I was watching some pastor. Like everybody in the church went to military. Let the pastor. Do you understand? And if you look at how Singapore is right now, condition I want like these people are disciplined. Like,
example, a practical example, Jamie. All top government officials, all top private company officials are people from the military. No one outside military background are high position in government. Everyone else are military based. Number one. Hey, 5 o'clock. I say 5 past 5 of 5:15. because of bad discipline. Now, if you have a disciplined team, you've got a productive team. Maronale, politics, they are failing us drastically. That is why youth here, we're not interested in politics because of the people that are in politics. I won't say example, the benefits of a politician. They are most corrupt.
The only thing we get is like corruption. That's the only thing about politics. There's nothing else that's inspiring.
No, we're a campaign who vote. I mean, we're not information. You saying go and vote. Vote for him. Go vote the man. Who should I vote? Should I vote for the same people about the company like I want to choose down the line? Tell me. The business of politics is being corrupt. Get the first mandate. Get the first thing your business plan about politics. Be corrupt.
We can't, Joe. We've been doing this for like almost it's 26 years, ne? Joe. We can't keep on doing these things, Joe.
So
like,
Razor, let's separate politics arena out of power. Yeah, operations is the government and build the military schools. Me bra motaya me go ngapara uniform ya masole. Barki deputy director ya home affairs ki director ya agriculture. Apara uniform ya masole. Hai tur if ba focus mo farming. Boy level la daring yana or ki onana. Plus ki onana lo tsala that because they are disciplined people and they get hard work. Mara motoa one male overweight, half feet, are educated. We see fela ka opela fela ibinetse ANC furu ha so jama hobe ha tsontsha I value standard surplus o se value bya o se value ita.
Yeah,
but one of our biggest challenge
our Minister of Health doesn't even go to gym, Joe.
It is like Minister of Health are on a get doctor from
get doctor at least like that's something, but the rest true.
Exactly.
Like Nana's one really hard loads. Hello doctor, we even surprised that he's a doctor. Like to understand that that's how bad the standard is in South Africa.
And this is the first minister. Whoa, what? This is the first minister. Whoa, in a position he wants to go with the school with studies.
Yeah.
The rest
and he tried to go do a good job during COVID-19. What tried that man, Joyce?
Yeah, correct. Even though the results turn out in a different memory, and I was
but he tried. Yeah,
he tried. So coming back to education, from the government's point of view, that is where we are because of them.
Yeah.
So
we need
6 billion. Really bodyguards. I feel we some money high from scratch within 2 months.
Yeah. You know, there's a school, I don't know if you know, go 16 Margishumshana.
Yeah.
You know where it is. Mm-hmm. I just very know, and I think it's been like more than 5 years now. It's just there, it's just a building. No one's saying anything, government's not saying anything. Like life is all a pay. Like no one is saying anything about it. And like but one like it's like that now. So
union SGB or the SGB or again.
Yeah.
That go but what's about mama bascodo recommend to school mutating us naturally to marino go to power power be almost naturally on you tola tana kita bateri sawnya ki that's the problem of politics are banyak go involved ka mo chele de wana sa bas na chele
network, so I don't think you'll come back.
Yeah.
But I feel like this was a fruitful talk, Joe. We raised a lot of issues. It was not a lot of solutions, but we raised a lot of issues. And hopefully when we post this, people like engage Lorraine. I wish we can have some live videos some days and people engage the comments.
I didn't say we can do them. I can remember we want this kind of videos to last.
Yeah. If this is like, you'll check the quality, and if it's, then we'll see how we manage it someday, and we get better with the quality and the lighting and all that.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But this was as raw as they come. I feel like this was as raw as they come. Even the conversation, the title will put it like this is one of the rawest conversation we had. Yeah.
Direction, direct sunlight. The sun is on the one side. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do this. It's too much. Like,
yeah, but if the camera, you know, adjust the quality. You drop up level of brightness.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right, Reza, we can stop here.
Yeah, thank you, man. You'll send it to me. I want it as raw as possible before you edit.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.